Hey guys, so got everything going. Sorry, I'm late. We're late. The computer was not cooperating and we were also eating late, so sorry. Um, we also were originally going to go and be at the foam pit. Weather, however, decided to not side with us, and it's windy and cold and miserable and overcast and just kind of crappy. So we're home, but we're gonna continue with the same kind of idea and talk about um, the same concept that we were gonna do even at the foam pit, which is fears, overcoming them, ways to do that. What are some of the things that you've always wanted to do but has kind of stopped you? Um, Well, I take care of a few things on my phone as far as getting the video going and getting people here. I'm going to hand the computer off over to Bruce and let him talk while I do that. So,
Oh, talking to myself right now. I'm the viewer. Excuse me. So, yeah, I've always just been kind of curious, like, what other people's hang-ups are. There's a lot of things that, there's a lot of things like side projects and just bucket list type things, I guess. Or, gosh, there's one. There's a book over there that I want to read. And there's also, like, I've been wanting to play more video games, too. I don't have time for that either. There's just been a lot of things kind of coming up. And then there's also, like, what's your block with a fear? What's something that you haven't been able to just like you possess the ability to do this if you want to, but there's just some hang up. You're afraid to do it. You're afraid to ask that girl out. You're afraid to uh gosh, try a backflip in a foam pit. That was my hang up. Finally got that thing put together, got the foam all cut up, and I went at it, and there's this scary point once you go back and you can't see the ground anymore. And a lot of times when that happens, a lot of people that just from what I've noticed in my own personal hangups as well is that you tend to stop. Once you go back and you can't see the ground anymore, it's like you're basically relying on faith at that point. So you have to hold with your emotion, because if you get freaked out about not being able to see the ground, then you try to go back this way. You just threw your momentum back, and then you tried to throw it forward, and that's just going to level you out. And now you're stalled upside down, and it goes bad. But like there's an analogy in there for something. It's like once you commit, if there's something that you want to do, commit enough to see it through. Actually put in the effort to either go out and experience this thing that you've been trying so hard your entire life to acquire.
the goals that you've been wanting to accomplish, the new don't do that. The new hobbies that you wanted to learn, or just in general.
You ever see those epoxy resin little pyramids, those little orgone pyramid things? You can, like, seriously, like, $50. Oh, it appears that
The
our
dog
dog
is
is having.
choking on nothing.
Hang in there, bud. He's fine. He's
He
fine.
wasn't even chewing on a bone or anything.
Anyway, those little epoxy kits, like, you could easily try, like, do it with a friend. You spend $50, you can actually try out a new craft, a new activity, and you might wind up really enjoying it. Maybe you find out that you have a knack for it. But if you don't jump, you don't take some kind of leap of faith to try new things at some point, then you're always just going to wonder about everything. You're like, yeah, I should have learned guitar, or I should have gone back to school, or what are you doing instead? Is it do you value your current direction, or your reasons why you're not doing the things that you want to do more so? Because if you value that more, then why are you being drawn away from what you're currently doing? Hi, Nero. Yeah. Everybody always shows up for dogs. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's the secret.
Whatever, get him.
Excuse
The
me.
secret is Mom does all this other crap behind the scenes on the phone that nobody knows about.
Ah, nobody knows.
Actually, you all know because you all see it somewhere.
You've
or
been
another.
exposed. You just outed yourself.
That's okay, it happens. So, anyways,
What's something that you've got, hon? Or what was one of the things? What was something that you accomplished?
I mean, there's a lot of different things that I can think of. School, nursing, applying for the program, and going back to college. I'm in my 30s. I'm not, exactly just out of high school or anything like that. So for me, going back to college and even just doing any of that was extremely fearful. Now that I've just got accepted into the nursing program and I'll be going into that first year this fall in just a few months, is really nerve wracking. I'm a wreck. I'm really scared. But I'm excited all at the same time. So for me, that's a huge fear that I'm still overcoming every day.
What
Hi
about,
guys.
is there anything pivotal? Because, like, for me, I'm just hung up on this damn foam pit. It's so cool. It's so much fun, and it's something that we've been wanting for so long, and, like, it's years of collecting all of this nonsense to build this thing. So it's just feels like a great accomplishment. So I'm wondering if there's anything that's like there's like a real defining moment, or getting out of prison. That was great. It's like, yeah, I made it.
No, go.
I remember one of them was a double tail whip on a scooter. Literally, like, jumped, or I did like a 360 on my bike off a ramp. And it was like the first time I landed it, it was like I literally threw my bike down and just took off running, like, yeah! Like, ran inside screaming, then went
Cool.
back outside to do it again. Like, it was so exciting. Like, I've been wanting that.
Just craving it.
Was there anything like that for you, or is there anything that, like, you're just so excited for?
I'm not really sure if I'm on the same wavelength as you right now, so I don't know.
Well then.
I have no answer. Stop moving your body so much and moving the computer, please.
I'm a horrible table.
Oh
I'm a better tech guy. Here, let me get this. Ooh, with this awesome.
yes, I got this beautiful new Snuggie for Mother's Day that has this mandala print on it, and it's blue and soft and beautiful. Anyways, some of you people watching, what are some of your fears that you've been working on, that you've been overcoming and doing all the sorts? Um, what things are you pursuing as life continues? I'm currently trying to remember the people that talked about this,
Oh, oh.
that commented on a few things. Nero, stop. Go. Let's see. Monica was one of them that commented. Who were some of the other people?
Um,
Hey, Soren.
there was the guy that
Hell,
was.
Satan, Soren. I saw your post about coming out about that, and it made me smile. So, Hell, Satan. We've recently looked into a lot of things, so
Stop looking at
I
my
love
shirt.
that I've seen your name pop up a few times, and I mean to tell you that every time I see you, so I'm going to tell you now. Um, yeah, I really didn't get a chance to look at the people. Oh,
It's the guy that wants to go back to school for nursing. I remember the things that we were talking about. I don't remember the people. I'm bad with word names.
um,
Doop 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 doo. I got this. I got this.
I guess we'll figure it out in time. Just be patient with us, guys. Sorry. You're doing it.
I know, but you need. Come on.
I'm still.
Just give me a minute.
You turned your phone off.
Huh?
Your phone's being broken. Phone broken. Good thing we
It
got a
is.
new one on its way.
It's in the mail.
And like I said, I've been busy
Yeah,
with other
it's
things in
just.
life, and
Okay,
so
never mind. Sorry, I tried. And I also messed up being a table a day again. Dang it.
he's being really hard
Ah.
on himself right now. So I'm just gonna do my stuff, keep doing my stuff, and maybe I'll remember. Maybe you'll see it or something. I don't know.
Okay, what about let's see. What about reasons? Rather than things that like pivotal exciting moments of accomplishment, what are like excuses? What are some excuses that we tell ourselves of why we don't have time for it?
Why
I,
can't we do this? Why
I don't
aren't
have
we
time
moving
for it
forward?
is a great one.
Time. Why don't we have time?
I'm not sure because it's I mean it really has nothing to do with time really. How much do you want to sleep?
Right.
Just just stop doing that. You're missing out. Just sleep bare minimum. Unless it makes you have seizures, then don't do that.
Yeah, definitely don't do that. And I dissociate if I don't get adequate like sleep and healing. Hey Chuck, how's it going?
Yo.
What's up, guys? Just kidding. Um, so for me, like if I'm not taking care of myself or whatever, like that can be bad. But I can't
Motivation.
be afraid of that either, because being afraid of that is what has trapped me in my mind for all of these years as is. So don't want to keep doing that.
But what about motivation? Like there was two people that said they wanted to learn how to play guitar. So, um, do you have the guitar? And if you do, then what? YouTube. Just watch YouTube and try. But the hard thing is we actually have to get up and do something. Actually, put forth the effort, and
Not be lazy.
sometimes there's just hang-ups. Like maybe it's a bad month.
May. May is really hard for me. I have a rough go in May, and I've broken down quite a few times over the past couple of weeks. Speaking of which, we're making me into a five. I don't like this. But
Making
my
you into
friend
a five.
Eric Hymus passed away a few years ago, and so he's been on my heart and on my mind, and a few of us. I don't know if Soren's still in here, but Soren was friends with him as well, and so I hope his family is healing and doing well and all that. But Wesley, I'm gonna invite Wesley and Matthew.
Wesley does not have excuses.
And
For
one
learning
of my
guitar.
favorite things to ever say are excuses are like buttholes. We all have one and they all stink. So, and right now, the four of you that are watching, well, actually two of you, the other two of you that are watching right now, because one of us is me and him, and not talking, I'm going to yell at you once I find out who you are, which I have no idea. But, anyways.
Oh, now you have one more to holler at, hon.
Ooh, people to yell at. Just kidding, guys. I wouldn't yell at you. I'm just going to scold you for not participating more. Because it's hard for me to ramble all the time. And like we were just saying, May is a hard month for me. And I really have a difficult time some days. And today has been one of those days.
We need your face in there. You're doing like a
Face stuff.
Two-Face. Alrighty. So
Buttholes.
back to the what were they, buttholes?
Oh, excuses.
Yeah. Back to the buttholes.
Back to buttholes, guys. Not a kid appropriate video today.
Well, everybody has one.
And they all stink.
That's right. So what's the big deal about it? I don't understand. Hey, there's a topic for like, oh man, I saw the what were they saying? It forcing me to wear a mask is violates my constitutional rights, then so does wearing
Clothes out in public, so let my dick hang out.
Ugh.
Right? Well, opinions. There's also the possibility that some of you are talking on this live feed. You should probably try restarting your phone, maybe. Maybe that would be smart.
It died. It exploded.
Exploding telephone. And this is exactly why he needs a new one, and it's on its way.
Okay. So,
Button.
overcoming fears.
Yeah, me admitting and opening to the fact of having multiple personalities and saying, hey, this thing's a little kooky sometimes is really hard for me. And it's, I fight that on a constant battle because I'm always afraid of people judging me or And now you're the one out of frame. Like, hello.
Well, I stepped out
So,
for a minute. I was getting John. See, look, I'm kind of busy.
well, that's fine, John. I love you all the same. Hold on, stop.
Maybe
October and February. I have May is a hard month for me for similar reasons, Chuck, because like my son and his due date and Mother's Day, Eric. Why are we
you were counting thing.
counting? My grandfather.
Am I not allowed to be
You can
theatrical?
do whatever you want. Uh, I mean, there's
No,
just a
okay,
lot
sorry.
of death all in May, and so it's a really heavy month for me as far as mentally and emotionally, and so I break down a lot for that reason, and yeah.
I have never been able to, nor or do I. I don't know if it just don't catalog it, or if it's just I don't have straight knowledge. I don't associate death with dates. I don't, and I don't. I also can't remember birthdays either, though. So I mean,
And
there's bad there and there's good there, cause like I've never. I like don't I miss people that I've lost in my life, but I don't. That's not how I miss them. I don't grieve or remember like death anniversaries or anything like that. There's just like good memories that come up and make me think of that person, and that's how they live on. I don't want to feel bad every time the time or year comes around again. So I just don't, and that's kind of been a little lapse for us, is because like I have a really, I'm trying to learn and I'm trying to understand her point of view and like how everything works, but it's I've been trying to
I'm a memory
explain
hoarder.
on my side.
I'm a hardcore memory hoarder. I relive things for a magnitude of reasons, some of them being because of my dissociation. I lost so much time in my life that I don't remember, and that's devastating for me, and I can't even begin to try and explain to you why, and I don't want to go into that. But I guess that's another one of my fears is not remembering.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, she's real bad with that. I am too though. I don't like that. I don't. I haven't experienced it on the same level that you have, but I I've only gotten blackout drunk one time, and once I blacked out, that was like done. That's it for me. I was walk. People were telling me that I was walking around playing games, talking to this person, saying this and that, and I was like, what? Are you kidding me? And I I like to have my control. So and I like to have my awareness because I don't want to get myself into trouble that at the very least I didn't earn consciously earn it. I've made some mistakes and I have had to pay for them, believe you me, but that is I don't I don't want to not have control. And that's I can see that's where you wind up too, is where if you're not remembering, then a certain level of you didn't have control. And that's scary, not being in control of yourself, because I mean honestly, what else do you have?
Yeah, as soon as you lose that control. Hi, JoJo. Whoops. As soon as you lose that control, and I've watched videos of me do some horrible things that I would never do. And so when I have those memory lapses, it scares me. It petrifies me because I don't know what could have happened.
Yeah, that makes me wonder if I went through something similar, because like I said, I see a lot of similarities in the way that you describe your multiple personality, and just the way my own mind operates, but I don't I don't view them as split. I view them as all my own voices with different ideas, and I don't really think that there's a right or wrong to that. I think it's just the sensation and the experience is different for different people. So I mean, what kind of freaking Nazi would I be if I was sitting here saying like you're thinking wrong? Like I don't.
Broken.
Yeah, sorry. Earthquake. What? They've been happening a lot lately. Earthquakes, viruses, ice ages, hun. We're all gonna die. It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. So you might as well throw that backflip. You might as well pick up the
Close that so we
guitar,
can see if people are commenting.
throw the backflip, go back to school, look into the grants that you need, look into the loans that you need for the things that you want. Figure out what's going on with your credit. Is that keeping you from doing something that you want to do? Do you have a couple extra bucks? Hell, see if there a rock climbing gym at the in Salt Lake City. There's gotta be.
Up north for sure.
Yeah, join a rock climbing gym. Join like just something different. Go to
It
a
was
club. Go to a
definitely
different
way
bar.
too windy, Mom.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. The wind. It was. We were riding it for a little bit, but that was before it was about 6 o'clock. You came over and we were gonna start
Yeah.
setting up, but once we were, the wind just picked up and the clouds are coming in and it got significantly colder. So we called it quits.
Yeah, we
On
decided to
that.
come back here and we'll try that another day. You know, maybe what we'll do is instead of doing a live video as our talk day for that, we'll just go when the weather's nice and do a
A
video
fun
feed.
video. Call out a trick. Or
That would be cool.
yeah, interactive foam pit video. I'll, you know, fly off the ramp and try to take off my left shoe on the way down.
Yeah, weird things. Why not?
Sure. Yeah, because a
Do
lot of a
it.
lot of people probably don't know too many tricks. But.
Well, throughout the next couple days, maybe what we can do is list out some tricks that you super are familiar with and do know and tell people and they can like pay attention to that. Who knows? I don't know. It depends on if you guys really want to do that or not.
Or we can always just go live and hang out. It'll be a lot more fun once we fix the forklift. Because then we'll be able to jump off the forklift. You're jumping off the forklift. I'm going to push you off the forklift.
You'd have to get me on the forklift before you could push me.
It's a
off.
forklift. I can get you on the forklift.
I really don't think he understands how much I would fight you. Holly, Jordan, Stacy, I have not talked to either of you for a while. Actually, Stacy and we kind of talked recently, but it's been a long time. Jordan, I heard that you were doing really well. Your baby is absolutely precious. And yeah, much love to you both. Stacy, you're doing amazing. You look amazing. I'm, like I said, one day I will do those stair thingies with you, whatever they're called. That's another fear. That's definitely a fear of mine.
What? throwing up on stairs?
Oh yeah, definitely. Hey, guess what? We're gonna be howling together because it's almost 8 p.m. and
Hey, that's how we can end it. We're
that's
already.
exactly how we're gonna end it. We're gonna all
Mm.
howl together. And for some of you that are aware of this, there is a Facebook group called Go Outside and Howl at 8 p.m. We can't go outside because my neighbor is a jerk and whines and complains and thinks the world revolves around him, even though we live in a fifth wheel trailer park area. So, whatever, not my problem.
Anyway, it's just to it's for support. I use it just to kind of relieve frustration and just kind of channel in, just to just meditative, just refocus in and really channel your energy into something and dump it out of you, kind of.
Here, quick.
Wow.
Tonight I'm
Sorry
definitely
for making
going
people
to
yawn. I
be
know I'm the worst.
howling for
Huh?
Eric as well.
Eric.
I will be. And Nero and Riker and everyone else is gonna howl just because that's what we do up in this.
Riker.
Huh? Don't you start yet. It's almost time, but don't you start. Hey, you guys. Hey. Hey, Riker, McGill. Woo, 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 woo. Riker.